to our Grand Newsmaker series where we will be talking to Atlanta area's Indian Americans who have made a mark in their career and in all areas of life. Today we will be meeting Murli Reddy, the visionary president and CEO of Charter Global, an Atlanta area digital transformation solutions company. With over 30 years of experience in digital transformation and business growth initiatives around the globe, Mr. Reddy prides himself in promoting a company culture rife with inimitable partnerships, first-class service, and unrivaled diligence. Charter Global's journey began in 1994 when two men fresh out of college decided that they were not doing justice to their talents with 9-to-5 jobs. Murli and Deven Reddy started with just their sweat equity and zero investment.
Charter Global was founded back in 1994. I worked as a consultant for Centers for Disease Control. Then other friend of mine, Deven Reddy, we both thought, a good friend of mine, so why don't we start? At that time, we both were of the opinion that we are not doing justice by selling our 8 hours to somebody. We are capable of doing something on our own. So very humble beginnings, we did not invest any money. Our sweat equity was our investment. Gradually, we established and we scaled up. So Deven was instrumental. Recently, we have split after 25 years. So basically, our interests diverged. He was very interested in product development, and I'm very interested in scaling Charter Global for the consulting side of the business. So that's how we decided to part ways. It was hard, but it was inevitable. So beginning of this year, Charter Global, I'm the single owner. So we are changing our consulting practices. Charter Global was founded on the technology staff augmentation. That was the foundation. The reason we started with that is that was the lowest hanging fruit. In any non-investment based entrepreneurship requires capital, right? If you don't have capital at your disposal, staffing is the way to start. That's how we started. We scaled. Even today we do that. It is the platform that really supports Charter Global for innovation, starting other services. Okay, we'll continue to do that, but we kind of scale down a little bit on that, and we are investing on other areas. As a consulting organization, you have to listen to the market. Okay, and when being a journalist is always the barrier to the entry. So in order to break that, we are starting Microsoft practice. Microsoft has evolved, and then we are starting the second practice as a BPM, Business Process Management, focused on Pegasystems, which is the market leader. And also in SAP, we are brainstorming a product. Recently, SAP has introduced about 2-3 years ago. BTP is Business Technology Platform, which is the topmost layer on top of the application layer, which enables innovators to integrate their applications. So we are brainstorming, we are working on a proof of concept. So we are definitely excited about that. So overall, as a consulting organization, we listen to the market conditions and we want to adapt. What sets us apart is, of course, we've been around for so long. That is number one. We've been around for 26, providing the same services. Of course, we are adapting to the changing market conditions. We always focused on employees, attracting the talent and retaining them. We invest on resources to make them market competitive. Today, we have 2 centers in India, and one we recently, about a year ago, established one in Serbia as an alternative offshore center. See, in order to enable these resources to stand on the global platform, they have to be equipped with the right tools and right education, right training. We focus on that. So that is one thing that sets us apart, because ultimately the employees, the resources, technical resources, they keep us in the business. They are instrumental in our growth. So that's one thing, we always do that. Certain amount of money every year we set aside to invest in these resources. And we have, the second thing is we have a performance-based incentive structure. So on top of the salaries, everybody, the sales side, the delivery side, account management side, they have additional incentives and bonuses. So that has been the formula for our sustainability, I would say. Before talking about notable milestones, Veena, I would like to mention the challenges that we faced. In 1994, that's about 26, 27 years, we had 4 recessions, smaller ones and 2 bigger ones. How we stayed true to the company. So every time we came out very well. So that is worth mentioning, and we'll continue to do that. And milestones, as we are scaling up, our business is based on the resources. As the resource demand increases, we have to change our ways. So we are doing that. Some of the senior people of the company who joined 10, 12, 15 years ago, still they are with us. So that's what we will continue to do that. As we are expanding our services, there is a room for thought leaders, technologists, salespeople. We will continue to attract that talent to take Charter Global where it rightfully belongs. Especially if you take the last 10 years, customers are not willing to spend a lot of time, a lot of money on huge projects, nor they want to be binded by these licensing agreements. So open source technologies have evolved over the last 10 years or 15 years, where customer is not really binded by any licensing agreements. They have to spend on the services side of it. So that is where Charter Global has done. We have invested in resources to address that need. Okay, and the second thing is the project sizes have trimmed. If the project is humongous, let's say $100 million project, so those opportunities are pretty much set aside for big players, Accenture, Deloitte, Infosys of this world. For a companies of Charter Global size, the projects have come down. If we are able to really listen to the customer's pain points, it can be a small $100,000, $200,000 project to step into the customer doors. Then we can upsell and downsell. So that's a good thing. Today, for example, AI, machine learning, automation side, the projects are very nimble. Customer wants to solve some immediate problem, small scope, short delivery time. So we are focusing on such projects where the barrier to entry is not really too bad. So other thing is, of course, on-premise to cloud. This is huge that happened. So again, we are undertaking that, some of those engagements, and in the cloud migration and managed services. And all these technologies that I mentioned, our objective is twofold. First of all, solve the problem, then engage with the customer, have a contract in place to sell some kind of managed services. So managed services are sustainable, recurring services. That's what we are focusing on that, and it's going well. India is a booming economy. There is no doubt about it. From $3.5 trillion current, I believe it is going to grow to $10 trillion by 2030. It's a humongous opportunity. But for us, with the technology set, what we do, our opportunity is pretty much with the people, and the brilliant people are coming out. So we want to dip into that. When the domestically economic opportunities are growing for the people that we want them, so the demand is going to increase, which is kind of good and bad. We have to balance it out. But definitely India has a lot to offer. If you take India, like when we started in 1994, India always, people wanted to go to offshore to play a support role, right, or the maintenance role. These are the opportunities that went to India. But the true innovation, the true development always stayed here. But that has changed now. I mean, India is very capable of doing the innovation, the development, and truly, if you really attract the right talent, they are very capable of playing on the global field. They are a body in India versus a body in US. There is no difference today. And the second thing is the cost disadvantage that is happening over the period of time. We went to India like 15, 17 years ago for the cost advantage. Because of the demand, that cost advantage is kind of deteriorating. So that is one of the challenges we are facing. And eventually, one day, maybe 10 years from now, a capable resource cost in India versus in US or anywhere in the world is going to, come together. And it's a good thing, and nothing wrong with that. To answer this question, right, we invest in people, to train them. So that's one area. And we have a very incentive-based, performance-based incentive structure. That's it. We stick to the basics. We don't have to do anything out of the order. Yes. As a consulting organization, we are doing well and will continue to do well. We have been brainstorming about a product. This idea has been there for about 6 months. And again, I'm going back to the BTP. We are scoping a product, especially for pharmaceutical companies to expedite their generic drug manufacturing. This is basically data as a business. It's going to take about a year to build this product. So I'm excited about that. The opportunity that it presents is huge. So I'm excited about that. Every businessman have different objectives. Some people build the company to sell. Some people start companies to take care of their lifestyles. Honestly, I think I'm past all those milestones. So going forward in the next 5 to 10 years, we want to scale this organization as big as possible. So this is the self-exploratory process for me also. I will decide, I will explore my strengths and weaknesses. So we want to grow this fearlessly. We want to scale this. And eventually, what is the end goal? I don't know. Ideally, some of the people that I mentor will take charge of this when I decide to do something different. But I'm very well engaged for at least for next 10 years to Charter Global. This business is so dear to my heart. People, start a business half-heartedly, not knowing is it going to become successful or not. Such businesses will never take off. In my opinion, if you have to jump in full, take all the risk, then you can realize you can become something out of your endeavor. So my advice is jump in if you have to jump in. Don't take a part-time approach. And you don't need a lot of money to start a business. Your sweat equity, just like we did. You need a plan. You need to be very realistic in your expectations and start building one person at a time, one customer at a time. That's the way to do it.
Atlanta General Constitution has recognized Charter Global as a top workplace 6 years in a row. We spoke to a few of Charter Global's Atlanta-based employees and their experience working for the company.
So every day is something new. The people I work with here, very nice. Even the tech people, they're so, I can just step in and ask them anything. And I also am a self-learner, so the combination of it, I think I've had the opportunity to really grow.
And my experience is wonderful, and that's one of the reasons I've come back. I absolutely love the team I work with. Yeah, so for the past 7 years, consistently, Charter Global has been named one of the top 100 places to work here in Atlanta by AJC, and we recently received our newest award, I should say, just a month ago. So very excited about that. You know, it has a lot to do with the company culture here. You know, we've got a great culture, and the leadership definitely, shows us that.
I love to work for Charter Global, and any employee, the day they feel that going to work, they drag their feet, that means they're not loving what they do. I love what I do, and I have a good team who support me on a day-to-day basis. I have a good sales team, on-site team and support team, and I have a big team in India, all technology team. So pretty much whether I'm in the office every day or not, my day starts around 7:30 in the morning.
Mr. Reddy's philosophy, success is not measured in profits alone, but rather by the satisfaction of the company's customers and employees. And that mantra has taken Charter Global to where it is today.